Thank you so much. Such a great honor to be here among all of you. Dear Brigadier General Reeves, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you dearly for a most heartwarming welcome and for what a memorable day that I will cherish forever. Dear cadets, when one thinks of excellence and leadership, there's no place that embodies these ideals more than the West Point Military Academy. Each of you, when you made the choice to embark on this journey, you knew you were committing yourselves to something so much larger than yourself, a noble service to your homeland. But you also understood that service doesn't end within your country's borders. You knew that if allies and partners were in need, deploying to a distant country would in fact be the greatest service you would also offer to your home, your people, and even your families. Because that's what service is about. Protecting the values we all cherish, whatever in the world and whenever they are threatened. Your contribution matters profoundly because they embody the ideals of selflessness and courage, inspiring others to rise to the challenge of creating a much better and peaceful world. Whether in the battlefield, in public service, or as pioneers in their fields, the West Point graduates stand out for being driven by a sense of duty to uplift others, confront injustice, and foster peace. Now, as we stand here, no doubt you take pride in what you do. Let me remind you, your entire country takes just as much pride in you. Your people, your families, your country, they believe in you, they trust you. And beyond the borders of the United States of America, nations around the world place their hopes in you too. And so do we in Kosovo. My childhood was shaped by war. A war waged by Milosevic's genocidal regime, claiming thousands of civilian lives. As a child, I heard stories about American soldiers and the US Army. And to me, at that time, they were more than just soldiers. They were the embodiment of excellence and integrity. More than anything, a US soldier represents something so much more to us in Kosovo. They represent freedom, because the US soldiers stood for freedom. They stood for democracy. They stood for peace and security, something that we had never known in our history before until you and others among the US Army came to our rescue. When the forces of liberty rolled through the streets of Kosovo and the US flag waved triumphantly over a liberated people, there was joy, there was gratitude, there was a belief that justice had prevailed. The streets were filled with celebration, with people who had endured so much, finally breathing freedom for the very first time in their history. And that is the legacy of the American soldier for our country. That is the legacy of the United States of America for us back home. A beacon of hope and freedom in the darkest of times. And that image of the American soldier as our savior is forever engraved in my memory and the memory of every citizen of the Republic of Kosovo, the country I proudly represent. In the trajectory of the relations between our two countries, three elements play a defining role. The history we share, the present we cherish side by side, and the future we jointly aspire. In these bilateral relations between Kosovo and the United States, it was history that brought us together. But it is the present that holds the key to the defining path we will pursue as we seek to jointly build a much better future. Today's visit is a testament to our commitment to that promise of a future built side by side, but it's also a visit to show our gratitude. We're here today because you were there for us. You were there for us when we needed you most, when our lives were on the line. And that legacy stretches to the present as the close ties between Kosovo and the United States are so evident in every chapter of our development as a sovereign country. This enduring friendship and partnership reflects a shared commitment to democracy, peace, and progress. The strength of this partnership, the purity of the people-to-people connections, and the deep respect we hold for one another have always been and always will be the driving force that will help our strong alliance stand the test of time. Some of you may know this visit was planned for last year. Yet on the morning before my departure, my country woke up to an unprecedented act of aggression by Serbia. Nearly 25 years after the war and our liberation, once again we were awakened by the sounds of horror. That day, we were reminded that it is in alliances and partnerships that a country finds its strength. Because together with our international partners, including the United States forces, we managed to successfully thwart the attack. But in this battle to protect our sovereignty, our peace, and our independence, we lost a hardworking, well-respected, freedom-loving citizen, a police sergeant who is now a national hero. I often say that what happens in Kosovo should not be seen as merely a quarrel between some faraway countries. It is the clearest reflection of the enduring expansionist ambitions of Serbia and its friends. What happens with us matters to you too, because what Russia and its proxies see in Kosovo is the best embodiment and the extension of United States values. By fighting us and causing us harm, they aim to undo everything we have achieved together with the United States. They want to undo everything American that was achieved in our part of the world. But they don't stand a chance, and they never will. Dear cadets, as the US legacy stretches from institution building to the unwavering defense of democracies, I am proud of the support we received in transforming our security forces into a fully fledged army. With your guidance, we are building an army that meets the highest standards of military excellence. Together with our partners and allies, our security force is ready to meet every challenge and serve shoulder to shoulder with the US Army in peacekeeping missions around the world. As we aspire to join NATO, aiming to serve side by side to defend peace and democracy, we do not take for granted the example that you have set and the gracious leadership you demonstrate when you engage with partner nations. For the Republic of Kosovo, NATO membership remains our highest aspiration. We have never looked elsewhere and never will, because in unity we find the foundation of security, and security thrives when partnerships and alliances thrive. In this journey, we will need principled, humble, well-educated, innovative, and curious minds, the very kind of leaders this esteemed institution helps build. Our cadets who have attended West Point and continue to attend West Point often describe their time here as transformative, both professionally as well as personally. Most importantly, this experience fosters strong bonds and mutual respect, leading to a deeper understanding of the US military culture, but most importantly, US military values: duty, honor, country. I take pride in the fact that the West Point has been home to remarkable cadets from Kosovo like Yuli Daladaku, Arelena Shala, Andrin Futhay, Vesa Ibrahimi, and now Arlen Shefkiu. In each of them, I see the true embodiment of military excellence and personal integrity. Beyond the honor of their experience, they bring back enhanced skills, broader perspectives on global military collaboration, and a profound sense of gratitude, one that drives them to strengthen the bonds between our nations. As Commander-in-Chief of the Kosovo Army, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation for ensuring that our cadets are not only welcomed as equals, but also empowered and encouraged to give back to the community they serve and to protect their country based on the same values that they were taught here. Indeed, through your international cadet program and exchange initiatives, you are helping to build a cohesive global network of military leaders ready to confront shared security challenges. And in the face of impossible odds, we have always found strength in standing together. Our shared belief in democratic values is the bedrock upon which our alliance stands, a testament to a connection that transcends borders and generations. In closing, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point for nurturing generations of leaders who understand the gravity of their responsibility to safeguard our shared values at home and abroad, many of whom have served in our country. Our alliance is not merely strategic. It is a testament to the enduring power of freedom and democracy. May our people continue to stand side by side, united in purpose and determined in our pursuit of a more peaceful, secure, and prosperous world. On behalf of the people of Kosovo, a people whose lives the U.S. Army has saved, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and may our alliance endure generations to come. Go Army, beat Navy.